Health Read, I believe, is the one that tells you all about possible problems.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I do this, I got to do my disclosure here. I do this for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. Please seek help from your medical professional. Okay. There you go. There's my disclosure so I don't get in any trouble. I'm a psychic, not a doctor. Okay. What did you shake sometimes? Like shake? What is that? Is that your grandmother?
I don't shake that I know of. Just no.
You know. It seems like I don't know why they were showing me this. When you got really angry when you were a kid, you didn't just shake all over like that.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I did.
That's weird. Where am I starting? They're starting there. That's where we're going to.
Oh yeah, I did that.
So I don't know whether it was showing that. That's kind of odd. So, what have you been diagnosed with something from the doctor?
No, I have not.
Focus. Breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath for 4 seconds and breathe out through your mouth. Okay, so breathe in. Hold your breath. I get the word lost. What? Do it again. Breathe in. Do you get disorientated or something, or like what? Like zap out or something?
I could say that a lot of things in my life probably have me. You get a lot of things on your mind, but of interesting note, my mother has dementia pretty bad.
Okay, that's the lost. The lost. She has a dementia. Is this your hand running, Allison? Does it look like your hand running? Flip that around.
No.
No? Oh, I'm still writing it the same way. Who is that? Are you a sloppy writer?
Not necessarily sloppy, but I write different, and people tell me it looks like Chinese. That's how I sign things. Yes.
That's how you sign things. Yes. Okay, I got you. I know that's weird, right? Give me some symptoms where I need a starting point with you.
would say generalized weakness, fatigue, just a general not feeling well type of thing. I've had a lot of things checked out and they've all pretty much come back negative. I feel like it ties a lot to my emotional, so it could be part of that too. But I also have a lot of, I call them memories, but I don't know if that's a correct term for it, but I have a lot of, like, the people that I care about, I get a lot of interventions of them in my head. That sounds dumb, I know.
No, it doesn't.
Like,
No.
I'll have people kind of, like, if I'm doing something, all of a sudden now my brother who's gone, I'll hear him say, don't, or do this, or do that. So I don't know if that's part of what's taking my attention away, what's making me kind of exhausted and fatigued and that type of thing. It's not necessarily something physical. It's more emotional, maybe.
Spiritual. Let's call it spiritual.
Okay.
So after these encounters, I'm going to call them encounters because I'm a psychic, so I definitely know what all of that is about. So after these encounter, hello, you guys. I'm on 2 different feeds. I'm doing a reading right now, and I'll be done in 30 minutes. So sorry, I want to. I'm got you going on on the YT too, so it'll be recorded. So, do you feel like a heaviness?
Yeah.
After these encounters?
Yeah.
I get a yes. I get a yes with that. You said yes, and I got the goosebumps all over. That's a yes, by the way. So the heaviness. I'm I like feel it in it's in your I feel it in my brain. It's making my head hurt on the left side temporal area. Uh it's throbbing a little bit on the right here, but on the left and the front. And it came up through my neck, and then it's on my left, and it's in the brain. At what age was your mother diagnosed with dementia?
Just last year.
How?
And she's
do you get headaches? Like, or not? Is it not?
Stress headaches more often.
I just feel like it's in the one spot though. I feel it just in the one single spot right here, right here, right here, right here. You know, since your mother, that's okay. Dogs are pure love. Since your mother is diagnosed with dementia, I think you can get like an MRI to check your own self. And see if you are prone to the same disease, we would say, as your mother. I really think you need an MRI. Do you have? You could also. Have you done a food allergy test? Have you ever done one of those?
No, I have not.
Really? You know, foods can do that to you.
Really? Interesting.
Yes. Yeah, foods can do that to you. Uh, and they can also make your head hurt. But I mean, I would say just to be on the safe side, to check yourself for the dementia that your mother has, you could get an MRI just to check yourself. But uh, like my doctor said, she did a food allergy test on me. She said, "You're allergic to oats, you're allergic to dairy, you're allergic to pork." And I'm like, "I'm not allergic to oats. I'm allergic to the other shit." I said, "I'm not, I mean, I haven't eaten any of that stuff for like a year now." I said, "I realize that, but, because like, well, wheat gives me a migraine, and if I eat pork, it's like a cleansing. Everything in my body comes out." That's what it does. And I get looks like I got black eyes. Like all of a sudden my eyes swell up underneath there. If you got a food allergy, normally you'll get really puffy eyes underneath here. You'll think it's just part of getting older, and it's not really the case. It's a food allergy. And then I'm like, "I'm not allergic to oats." She goes, "Yes, you are." I said, "No, I'm not." She says, "Go home, don't eat any oats for 3 days, and then eat some. Come back and tell me. I'll make an appointment for next week. Come back and tell me what happened." I was like, so I did that, and I ate some oats, and I was like, bleh. So I was sitting on the couch. I just couldn't move. I'm like, blah. I went back and I said, "Okay, so I ate some oats, and I just felt bleh." She goes, "Oh, that's allergic reaction." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "It's an bleh is an allergic reaction." I was like, "No freaking way." It's true. So you need to get food allergy test, because uh, I think when it came on, I mean, you can eat a food all your life and then all of a sudden become allergic to it too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something major. You just stop eating the food. You need to get your food allergy test, and do maybe see a health and wellness doctor and get your vitamins and stuff. Make sure you have enough vitamins. Everybody's B12 deficient and D3 deficient. Everybody is. Your doctor, I mean, because you get it from going outside, is you need to be out in the sun, and nobody goes out. We're inside. Okay, we live inside. We used to, we're animals. We used to get a lot more sun, but we don't get it anymore. And so B12 deficient is something that really, it makes your cognitive abilities slow down. Actually, your mother, I would say, moringa, if the doctor says it's okay, and B12, she can get a prescription from that, which will help her clarity. My friend, I'm supposed to tell you this story. Whenever I tell this story, it pertains to the person I'm talking to. It came out of nowhere, and she thought she had brain damage from a car accident. And she was like that for 2 years. She was just like, she was a hydrating expert, let's say. That's what she did for a living, but she couldn't remember how to mix the hydration things together. So she couldn't work. And I kept telling her, "You're B12 deficient." But this is when I went through my awakening, and she wouldn't listen to me. And finally, she got a prescription from her doctor, and the doctor gave her one of them, bend over, and he grabbed that, and he gave her one of those, B12. And like 30 minutes later, my friend was back. She thought she had brain damage. And so did the doctors. She listened to me finally. She got a B12. She got poked with some B12. That's what I'm going to call it. I can't say the word on TikTok. But she was all better. So, um, D3 is a thing. Everybody, if you're not eating B12 and D3, there's a problem with your doctor. You know what I mean? You see a health and wellness doctor. I mean, those are things, and you want mental clarity like L-theanine. I mean, seriously, I started taking that this week. I was like, damn, wow. It's like drinking like 5 pots of coffee or something. I don't know. It's for anxiety. We get a lot of anxiety. You don't even know it's there, and it causes that heaviness. Anxiety causes the heaviness. Well, so can a food allergy. I really do think it is a food allergy that's affecting your energy levels, that and the lack of vitamin. It's like you don't handle stress well. It feels like it affects you in a different way or something. I don't know exactly what that is. But you don't have too much stress, do you? You don't have a lot. I don't know. Your life is good, right?
My life is a lot better than it was last year, yes.
The reason why you shook like that when you were a kid, when you were when you were little, when you got angry or frustrated or whatever, is your body, whenever you get stressed out, it somehow goes to your fiber of your being, gets in your nervous system or whatever, and it affects you that way. It affects you to the physically. It's how you express. It's how you expel your stress for whatever reason, and that's why you did that when you were young. It's just that was a way because you can't hold it here. You would like let it out that way. And I don't know if you've ever taken a yoga class or something, but it would do you a world of good because you would learn how to breathe right to relieve your stress in a different way because it physically affects your nervous system for whatever reason. It seems odd. I know that sounds odd, but that's what it does. Uh, so you need to learn how to expel your stress where it doesn't affect you physically in that way because that could cause some problems down the road. My head still hurts right here. Like it's right here. Like this is where you need the MRI right here on the left side of the in the brain area, right in here. The right side's fine, just right here. Is there it seems like a tingling or something, and I don't in the neck area right here, and then right here. No, I keep seeing the right arm too. I don't know what that's all about. Do you have any other symptoms?
Nothing that I can go off of. I mean, like I said, I attribute all my symptoms to the emotional part of it, but then you kind of nailed it with the way that I handle stress.
Yeah.
High stress situations, I have a hard time getting it out. Yes, that's a great way to say it. I don't explode or anything. I'm pretty
internalize. You internalize it. You know, you can't internalize it because you know what's inside of you, right? You got a heart and all kind of other shit in there. We can't be internalizing it. We have to release it. When you understand what stress is, you should watch. You should look up Bashar. His name is Bashar. His name is Daryl Anka. It's Dayrl Anka, Anka. I think is how you spell it. And look up and find what he tells you about what stress actually is. That's your body rejecting you, your body, your soul rejecting at a soul level other things. So you cause your own stress, but you internalize it, so it's going within you. And you got to figure this out because it's not a good situation for the internal organs, because you can't take an emotion like that and throw it at your internal organs. You internalize it, and it affects you more than you know. You need to learn to accept and to flow. I mean, you know, when you start getting in a stressful situation, that's when you need to walk away. Like, no, I'm gonna have to walk this off. I got to go to the lake, look at the water, feed some ducks. I don't know. You got to do something. You got to figure out a way to something that you need to do, and you can't internalize it in that way. It affects you. It like goes to the core of your being, and it expels itself in your nervous system, and it affects you all over. And when you were young, you would actually shake, but now you just internalize it because you were taught as a child that you should not do that, you know, blah 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 blah. And so now what's happened is you take your anger and turn it internal too, and your insides are shaking, so to speak. The same way you used to externalize it when you were a child, now that emotion is now within the body, and it is affecting you internally all over. So you need to learn how to properly understand and deal with stressful situations. And the key to that is to understanding what stress is, and that's why you need to look up and listen. And it may seem weird at first, but it's Daryl Anka, and he channels an entity called Brashar, a higher soul from whatever, and he's a great wisdom comes out of his mouth. I'm just saying, if you listen to his words, it may seem weird at first, but then when he gets to the part where you're talking about stress or whatever, and you look him up and listen to some of his teachings, because you could learn a lot there and about your own self. So the thing that you used to do when you're little is still going on. It's just going on internally. And that's part of the issue. Not all of it, part of it. Now, the heaviness could very well be the food allergy. I keep seeing something you put in your mouth, so it seems to be small. Do you eat crackers or something, wheat thins or something? Seems to be
small. I sure love tortilla chips.
Huh?
I sure love tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips. They're usually corn. Corn. But very few people are allergic to corn. Although corn is, a lot of times, But I keep seeing something small going in the mouth. It seems like it's small. I'm trying to see what it was. Seems small, not a chip. A chip's bigger than the mouth. There's a small that pokes in the mouth. Like cheese rounds or something. I don't know. Seems like it's small. About that big that you eat. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to look. I'm trying. It's definitely a snack food. I think it's a snack food. What is it that's small you poke in your mouth? I don't know. Well, everything we eat small was. It doesn't look like it seems flat. And I'm not sure. I've never tried to do this before, so. Figure out what food it is. Well, sometimes I'm just giving it, but like this in this case, I don't know. Trying. Starfish. Aren't they little cheddar things? Or they little, what were those little square yellow cheddar bites? What are those called? Come in the box like a dog snack. Those little cheddar bites. Huh?
I don't like a cheesy cracker. I don't like any kind of cracker stuff.
You don't like cheese?
I don't eat.
You don't like cheesy crackers and stuff like that?
No.
So I'm picking out what you don't like. That works. I'm getting there. I gotta go outside in. I'm trying to figure it out. Got what she doesn't like. That's pretty cool. I don't know what food. You're gonna have to get this food allergy test done, but it's something you're putting in your mouth.
I'm sorry, I'm at a loss. I'm really trying to think. Tortilla chips that are my main.
I got starfish. Do you eat fish? Are people even allergic to fish? Is that possible? Do you eat fish?
I hate fish.
You don't like fish either? Okay. I'm getting what you don't like. That works. Okay, I'm getting it's no cheddar bites, no fish. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm getting it. What? See what else you don't like. We're trying to figure out. It's something that you. That's pretty weird. I could get that.
I love chocolate.
Oh.
I'm a chocolate eater.
Oh. That's one of those things a lot of people can't eat, though, too. You know that, right? You know what you do if you don't.
Yeah. I do.
You probably just told on yourself because I'm like, she doesn't like cheddar bites. It's not fish. But what you do is you just keep a food symptom, a symptom diary and a food diary, like how you feeling. You know what I mean? I feel blah. I feel heavy. Left arm hurts. Right arm hurts. You know, whatever. And you just look and see what you ate. All you got to do. That's all you got to do. You don't eat the obvious things. Wheat, chocolate, seafood. And then so I just had sushi the other night. It was California rolls, but you know, I don't know why. I have to mention that. But there's a lot of things, like even in condiments, the condiments, make sure you write them down because there's wheat in there, there's soy in there, there's all kind of shit in there. Soy. What's soy taken from? Is soy a fish? A lot of people are allergic to soy. What is soy? I don't know what's soy made from. Soybean? Is it come? What is soy made from? Hold on a minute. What is soy made from? It's made from soybeans. And you always have to put soy on the labels because a lot of people are allergic to it. I'll get a yes. Soy. I get a yes. Soy. There's a lot of different. So I think it's soy. I mean, soy. I get a yes every time I say the word. I get the goosebumps all over. Did you feel that? Did you get the goosebumps at all?
Yeah, it stung me hard when you said it. It's weird.
You felt it. It's soy. I get again. I get again. Yeah. It's look at it's soy. I think that's what it is. It's really easy to test though. So easy to test that shit. All you gotta do is not eat it. Make sure you don't eat any soy for 3 days. Read the packages, right? And then get out some Worcestershire sauce. Take a shot of that stuff. See the Worcestershire? It's got the soy in it. And just take a swallow, and you'll know. You got a food allergy. Is what it is. And it can. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this before I let you go. They had me on 2 pills 3 times a day. They wanted to operate on my nose, tell me I had allergies and polyps and all this kind of crap. And I'm like, I don't know if I trust you like that. For like, I don't know, over a year. He wanted to operate on my nose, and I was like, I don't know about that. I was younger, and I mean, I guess I was in my 40s. I mean, anyway, and I went to another allergist. And he starts talking to me, and he talked to me for about 20 minutes. He just sat there, and I'd start talking. I have the ADHD. I wasn't on TikTok back then, so anyway, and then all of a sudden he goes, and I was like, there it is, and I was like, what? He goes, you don't have allergies. You know how many 40+ women come in my office every day thinking they got allergies. They don't. They're allergic to wheat most of the time. They got a food allergy. So definitely look at wheat. So it's wheat or soy. Because that's why I'm telling a story about myself. And I mean, it's wheat or soy. That I get the soy. I get the yes on the soy. I said the soy. I said I can feel it. Soy. And it goes down my right arm primarily.
Oh, wait, that's cool. My dog actually just slid off the side of the couch and fell asleep with his legs on me. So maybe my dog knows more than both of us do, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I'm gonna jump over here and I'm gonna let you take a picture of this. Now, this has also been recorded on the YT. So my name over there is Spiritual Point of View, same as it is over here. Spiritual Point of View, no dashes, no dot, anything. So, see for that, Naveen. Yeah, so it's over there. So it's on my lives, and then I'll put a date on it so you can go back and watch this again if you want to. Okay. All right. You have any other questions? Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to let you take a screenshot when I get off of here. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me turn this around where you can see. So you can do the screenshot. You got that one. And then okay. You guys see that over there too? Cards for Cindy. And then I have a Bonnie. See who else is on the list. I got Bonnie. Did anybody else pay for a reading? Cindy, are you on the feed? I'm just wondering, since my dad's father is going to jail for 4 years, while she... I'm just wondering, since my dad's father, that's your grandfather, is going to jail. Hold on. For 4 years, while she now let me be your daughter's father. Remember, she hasn't spoken to me. Okay. While she now let me be what? Part of her life? Your dad's father is going to jail for 4 years while she now wants me to be a part of her life. First thing I'm going to say that people change. People change. They come to the realization that all the things they thought were true are not necessarily true. Sometimes they have a life-altering moment. Sometimes they awaken spiritually. And their attitude changes. And that's just daughter's father. My ex-husband, I left him and she turned against me. Remember, it's been 9 years. Well, people make mistakes. At least she came around. I mean, a lot of times when that happens, people step away. But now that he's going to jail for 4 years, she comes back and lets you know. I'm getting, don't knock a gift horse in the mouth. If you either want to be a part of this person's life or you don't, why question good intentions? Would be my answer to you. Why would you question good intentions? You think she has bad intentions? She going to take something from you? I mean, she's not after your money. Unless you're rolling around in it or somewhere you got it hid or something. I mean, she's not after your money, then what's she after? What, your friendship? Maybe she grew a conscience. Maybe she had a near, why not just, you don't think she's going to take your judges now that father's not going to be in the picture, she wants you. Well, she's going to let you be a part of life in the granddaughter's life now that he's going away. Well, maybe she won't have anybody Maybe she didn't got nobody else. You know what I mean? She's not going to have anybody to fall back on. Maybe backup plan, whatever. Maybe she's just changed. Maybe she you're going to have to ask her these questions. So why now and not before? You've been gone all this time. Maybe now she realizes that you're the better person. Because daddy going to the pokey. So now she's like, wait a minute. Maybe she wasn't such a bad person after all. Maybe she was a good person and I walked away from a decent, loving person. That would make sense. She still won't take a phone call? Well, keep trying, Cindy. If you want. Maybe there's another way to contact her. Have somebody say, look, if you want to call her, you want to talk to her, then you want me to send her. You got my number. You want me to send her, contact her for you? Say, hey man, you want to talk to her? You need to talk to her. If not, just don't. But don't toy with a person's emotions. Do you know I'm looking for another place to live, and she has 8 places that she rents out, and she will not rent one of them. Well, she don't care about you very much then. You know what I mean? Not to you. Enough said. She contacted you once or twice, but she won't take a phone call? No. No, Cindy, nuh-uh. You want me to pull a card, or what do you want me, what do you got a question about that? Because, sometimes people have a change of heart for a minute and then they're back to the same old stuff. Doesn't make sense. Energy for Cindy. You don't have to beg for anybody's love. I love you, baby. You know what? I was pulling these cards. I'm like, so I got in my head, like people gotta have money when they're in the pokey. I don't know about in Canada, but around here you gotta have money when you're in the pokey. Maybe she's just looking for another resource to get money to her daddy. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Avoidance, fear of change, staying in a bad situation, sacrifice, waiting, uncertainty. This is where you're at. Lack of growth, unfinished work. So there's unfinished things gone on between the two of you. Oh, your intuition. Dad's irresponsible. That's them. So I'm going to say people go through life altering moments. Okay. People go through life altering moments. And I'm going to say that the last moments she had with you, or the last way she was acting before, was kind of unfinished. She didn't want to leave it like that. What ifs? I mean, she didn't want to leave it like that. You need to follow your intuition because she left it bad, right? People do things that they get scared about their health or what have you, uh, and that's in a bad situation. So sometimes you don't want to leave it like that. You want to have a clear conscience with everybody. Maybe she's sick. Who knows? I mean, that's a possibility. And she now realizes how irresponsible the father was. It's irresponsible the father was. So so she reached out probably because she realized you weren't such a bad person after all. He was the bad person. After all, he's the one going to the pokey, not you. So she's following her intuition. She had to kind of try to make it right a little bit. You know what I mean? She may not want to be a part of your life or whatever, but she had to try to clear her own conscience. Well, you're gonna reach out to her. She doesn't reply or not to anything. I mean, I think that's what that was. That's what it looks like. Clear her own conscience. Maybe she's got maybe she almost got in an accident or something like, and then she had this epiphany, like maybe I ought to get this shit straight. All right. Next. That have people get like, oh, slammed on the brakes and like they have an epiphany moment. You know what I mean? Bonnie. Where are you at, Bonnie? You are next. All right. You're ready. Oh, you're going to have to invite me. Go down there where it says guests and find me and invite me. Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. All right. Can you turn off the TV?
Oh, yeah.
I got to listen to spirit, not to the television. So weird. When I became a psychic, I stopped watching TV, you know? Can't watch that shit no more.
Yeah.
I can't do it. There's all that subliminal and everything else, and you got to learn to listen to the silence so you can hear spirit. All right. Who do you want to connect to today? Are we doing medical?
So I said I had a few people. So specifically, my husband and 2 boys.
Your husband and 2 boys?
Yeah.
You lost all 3? Damn. I'm sorry. What's your husband's name?
Daryl.
Is it Dayyrl?
Darrell.
And how old were your boys? Are your boys?
3 and 4.
And what are their names?
Mason and Caden.
How you spell Caden? K.
Kaiden.
Did your husband print his name a lot? Did he print?
It was more of a scribble.
So the reason, I guess, then the reason I'm printing is
I would write his name like that.
you would write his name that way. Okay. So my assumption is it was an accident.
Uh-huh.
You still got on the TV.
Yeah.
Can you hit the power button or something,
Yes.
please? Why do I see jumping? Why is he jumping? He's jumping. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I keep seeing somebody on TikTok that lived in, I don't know, is it an African tribe, and they can jump really, really high. I don't know why he's showing me that. I don't know. I don't know why he's bringing that to my head. It'll come through in a minute. Did he always put the kids in the car seats?
Yes. Yeah.
And could they get loose? Were they still in their car seats?
Yeah.
Were they still in their car seats?
When they passed?
Yeah. After the accident,
No.
were they still in their car seats?
No.
So, I mean, did they tell you how the accident happened, or do you want to know? Because it has something to do with jumping.
I mean, I don't really know. No.
You don't really know, and you don't want to know?
I might do, but yeah.
And when the kids got loose, or they were jumping or whatever. That's why I got the jumping. When the kids got loose, one of them got loose. Because they show me my grandkids. They show me my grandkids one getting loose, whatever. You know what I mean? They can undo this belt or whatever, and you're trying to get them back in there. It had something to do with that. Okay, so he wanted you to know it wasn't totally. It was just. I can't even say that.
It was
destiny.
It was crazy. It's a crazy, yeah.
So. Well, from a spiritual point, I'm going to explain this to you. From the spiritual aspect, when you come here as a soul, you choose how long you want to be here. Now, some souls come here. I don't. This is really hard. And they come to be a spirit and help us on our journeys. And they've incarnated so many times already. They don't want to incarnate here anymore, but they come to help us make that connection to our higher selves. Your husband, your husband couldn't let him go alone. So he went with him. It's like, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. One of us got to be with the kids. So that is at a soul level. It was pre-designed and predestined. So they were going to go the other side. They can't go alone. He went with them. God damn.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's fucking hard, man. I can't imagine. No. Well, I'm just going to cry. But what's going to happen? I can't imagine. I can't imagine, girl. My God. Okay, so now you got 3 helpers to help you connect to the source energy. Okay, you got 3 helpers to help you connect to your higher self. You got three people to help you. Okay.
My angels.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to make that connection. You haven't done a guided meditation to meet your spirit guide because that's where they're at. And they'll be there. Remember that they don't have faces, but you'll know that it's them. If you want to do one with me, I'm not going to charge you for it. We can do it together, and maybe I can help you. You can look underneath there. You can send me a message, and I won't charge you.
I used to feel them, and I feel like I don't feel them.
Well, I can help you make that connection. We can do a guided hypnosis meditation to meet my spirit guide, and I'll do it with you if you want. No charge, okay? Shoot, and maybe I can help you make that connection if you need it, okay? Because you do need it. That's why they're over there, is help you make that connection, okay?
Yes.
Because no one ever dies. Now, I'm going to explain a death at another level. At another level, I'm going to say that, let's say in this dimension where we're at, they've passed away. But in another dimension, now quantum physics says there's 12 dimensions occupying the same space at the same time. Those are smart people, scientists and shit, that our consciousness is in the 3rd dimension, right? But if they choose to stay, they can be in another dimension and they're not dead there. Okay? They're still alive there.
Makes sense.
And you're still with them there. So it's and I would say I've experienced that myself. And when you wake up after a near-death experience or something like that, sometimes you passed away in another life, but now you're here, and it doesn't make really any. Exactly, no one ever dies.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So and like after my last near-death experience, this is what happened to me, and I'm here now. I'm different than I was before. I'm very different. So these life-altering things often cause you to shift. Jesus.
Can I ask?
Yes, you can ask whatever you want, baby. Whatever you want.
But like my boys know that like
they're full-grown men on the other side, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Because when you said that, it was like he went from like a little boy to the big beefy guy. Okay. He-Man. You know what I mean? So they're full grown on the other side. They came as they represented as a child to you, but they're full grown. So
wow.
They're great big spirits. They came just to help people on their journey. What was your question?
I just, they know I miss them, right?
Of course. They're part of you. You are part of them. You are the same. You are simply another aspect of them. They are another aspect of you. You're one consciousness, divided. Who was the one that one of them liked to ride on your? He was the hip baby. You had to carry him around all the time. Who was that one?
Mason.
That's
my,
Mason.
My 3-year-old. Yeah.
He's the hip baby. He said.
Oh yes, Mama's boy.
I wasn't both of them. It was him. He was attached to the hip.
Yeah.
And then Caden's the very curious one. The very curious.
Oh, very curious. Very, yes.
Yeah.
Huge heart. Very curious. Very, yes.
He's very intuitive. You noticed that,
very
didn't
intuitive.
you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell curious. Maybe I do. Okay. I'm going to show it to everybody. I'm like, well, phonics spelling. Man, sometimes we got to use a phonics spelling. It's okay, I'm talking to a kid. It's... Now, what's with the hair, the flicking of the hair? Did your son flick your hair or something?
He would twirl my hair when he would go to bed.
Caden or Mason? Mason. Hair curler. Oh, that's so sweet. Dang it. I'm supposed to tell you again how big and husky he is. He's husky. That's the word he said.
Mason?
I don't know which one, but I think it was the first. Husky.
Mason was, I don't know, my husband was short and stout, and Mason was short and stubby, and
that's why he said he's husky. That's what a husky is, kind of like a little, not skinny, not no skinniness, but not bad either. The husky. He's beefy. I'm supposed to tell you what, because you're curious as to what kind of man he turned out to be. He's husky. Okay. What kind of man? Well, in another dimension, what kind of man he turns out to be is a husky. That's like a petite in a woman, okay? A petite is like a girl that's got a little bit thickness to her, and she's short, okay? A little bit thick, not heavy, but just a little thick. Okay, so, yeah. And so that'd be the Mason's the husky.
We would always make fun of him because he had the shortest little legs, but he was so chunky. And he would try to get on the couch. But he was too big.
He's too big. Oh my God. My son couldn't even sit in one of those little swings. He was so big. He weighed 36 pounds at 6 months old. He had no neck. So.
Yeah, we always made fun of him.
Yeah, it was almost painful. Let's throw him on the floor. Like, seriously. Just put a blanket down, let him crawl around the floor, and that's what we did. Well, I did. I was alone, so. Caden, more the quiet one.
Yeah, he was very more shy, quiet, kept to himself.
Yeah. Well, he was thinking stuff. He was just thinking a lot of stuff. His brain was, he's really smart. He's like an engineer or something of that sort in that nature. I don't know what type of engineer, but he's an engineer. Like, because it shows me the Legos and then complex drawings and stuff. So,
yeah.
So, in case you wondered what became of him in another place,
I can totally see that.
I just see him with the small details. The small details is what he's good at. So he's a detail-orientated details. Like there's no little detail. Then here's what he's showing me. I got these. Here's what he's showing me. I got this. I don't know, some sort of game for my grandson or whatever. And there's all these pieces, and I had a map, and I had to put it together, and it ended up in this big Ferris wheel. Well, something was wrong. I was missing. I mean, it took me 2 days to put that damn thing together. Well, I mean, we kept stopping and everything, but still, and it had a little motor that went around and whatever, and I was missing a piece. And he goes, "Let me see it." He looked at it. He looked at. I mean, he's only like 7. It was 7, and he looks at it, and he just, he goes, "Oh, it's missing a piece right there."
Yeah.
I'm like, "How do you know that? There's a lot of pieces here. It was a big box of pieces I had to put together." He goes, "You need another piece right here." And I was like, "How does he know that?" So this is him. He don't miss a detail. That's what he showed me. That was so weird. I didn't know how my grandson knew that shit. It was like, I don't know. I was putting it together for 2 days, okay? I don't know how he freaking knew that. He's like, Yeah, so this is who he is. Now, Daryl, do you have? He's been very quiet, so he wants you to let you know.
Yes, and I do have one question.
All right, let's go with Daryl. He shows me. I know this sounds random or whatever, but putting his hands on your shoulders just to steady you. So I just wanted you to know that he does that to you all the time. What are your questions?
So we still have 4 living children, and I guess my question is just like, I guess I always just wonder if I'm
good enough.
Yeah.
You can do no wrong. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. You can do no wrong. You need to remember that, number one. There's no judgment. They don't judge you. They'll never judge you. When you shed the physical body, you also shed the negative aspect of your personality. You do not take it with you. That's what the earth is for. That's why you got the heaven and the hell and all that stuff. So the bad part of you is reabsorbed into the earth and it comes back out. You can, and when you have another life, hopefully if it's a higher life, you reattach. You kind of separate like a yin and yang. So there's no judgment. You can do no wrong. I just made a video that said that. That was weird. You can do no wrong in their eyes. There's no wrong journey, just different paths. So that's a lot raising 4 kids. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I bet you're a good cook. I want to come to your house and eat.
They usually eat it.
So, of course, you're doing a great job because they can do nothing but compliment you because you can do no wrong, remember? Remember that, okay? You don't have to. The only person that judges you when you shed the body is you. Is there another man?
I mean, not at the moment, no, but I've thought about dating, but I don't know.
Okay, so it's not being disloyal or unfaithful or anything like that. Now, let me explain this to you, and this is real important, and this is what he wants you to know. The more love that you have and joy that you feel, the closer he is to you, the closer all three of them are to you. So you need to find that love and joy. Now you automatically have that because you have the children and stuff still, but
Yeah.
the personal aspect of it's not being disloyal or anything else. The more joy that you feel and you make that soulful connection to another, you love every single person differently. You love them no less but differently because it's a different connection. It's a different vibrational frequency, so to speak. So the more love and joy that you feel, the closer you're going to be to him and your other boys. Okay, so you need to definitely go down that route and explore that avenue because that's why you're what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be alone. You're not alone. You got other kids, but you're definitely not supposed to be alone personally.
That's where I struggle because I feel like
something you're taught.
They've been gone almost 4 years, so
that's
I think about dating, but then I'm just like, part of me is like, oh, I'm so picky at my age. I'm like, what's the point? I have kids. I'm invested. Like, I don't know. I feel like I make excuses.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes when you have, like I had whether it's, I can't even compare that. I had a breakup, so I can't compare that at all. But oftentimes it's very hard to go back in there, but you want to go back in there. That's what you're supposed to do. You got to do the thing that brings you the greatest joy. You're second guessing yourself because of what you've been taught. And you're not supposed to, because you're taught, like, oh, it's going to be, I'm not being loyal to my husband that passed. No, you're not being loyal to your husband that passed by staying alone because then you don't feel that. Your kids are going to grow up, they're going to leave home, okay? And you're going to be there. You need to find one while you're younger and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm 57. You want to find one when you're younger. You get more set in your ways as you get older. And it makes it harder and harder. I'm a little bit gypsy, so I'm okay.
That's my problem. That's my problem is I think me and him are together since we were 12 and 13, and I was 38 when he passed, so it was like,
wow.
So now I'm just kind of like, eh.
But it's just, you're supposed to, the more love you have in your life, the closer you are to him. And then my ears start ringing. I got a yes. Damn, that's loud.
Okay.
I just started ringing like crazy. The more, I'm going to say it again, the more love you have in your heart or that you feel, regardless of how you feel it or where it comes from, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe picking your nose brings you love and joy. If that brings you love and joy, it's going to bring you closer to him. If it's another man, it's going to bring you closer to him. If it's a woman, it's still going to bring you closer to him.
Okay.
The more love you have, and oh, my chest is hurting. So the more love you have, so you need to put yourself out there, man. Go for it. You're looking for a permission slip and you don't need one.
I do.
Because you want to be closer to him, then you need to find another man. Because that's going to bring you more love. It's not going to belittle him or be disrespectful to him or anything else. Or people go, oh, it's too soon. It's not, never too soon. Because if you want to feel closer to a higher consciousness, you need to find all the love you can muster up. You know what I mean? And regardless of where
True,
that comes
yes.
from, like I said, it from another man, from picking your nose makes no difference. Okay? If it's going to bring you joy, that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Why am I making a picking the nose reference? Did he like pick his nose or something? What is it? Run after you with a booger when he was young or something? What'd he do? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know why. Look what I got, Mom. He's trying to make you laugh. Because laughter raises your vibration. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So are there heart problems in your family or in his or something?
My mom's side.
Your chest didn't bother you at all, right?
A little bit lately.
Well, we need to see a doctor about that. We need to see a doctor about that. We need to see the heart doctor and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here drawing electrical connections. Is what I'm drawing. I got the heartbeat, and then electrical connection. That's the old timey electrical. What it looked like. You made me draw it 3 times. So before I said something, I was like, "Oops, I'm gonna say something. Hang on a minute." So-
I never go to the doctor, but I have been thinking about it lately.
Well, we need to go to the doctor, get her blood work done, make sure, get the stress test, talk to the doctor about that. Watch how are you watch your blood pressure and stuff?
No, but I've been worried about that.
Yeah, well, I'm drawing the heart and I'm drawing electrical, and anyway, we need to go get that shit checked out, okay? Sorry.
Okay.
It's we right now because I'm part of you right now, so
I feel like he's been telling me, like, get your booty up and go.
yep. So you're very guarded, he says. He's making me draw a fence.
Absolutely.
I'm drawing a fence. So you don't let nobody in. Ain't nobody get. He's making me draw a fence. You don't let anybody in.
No.
Okay. Oh, into the heart. Now he's like, okay. He says you don't let anybody into the heart, and
No.
that's what you need to do. It's the opposite of what you're supposed to do. Now I don't know why I'm seeing this. It's really weird. So he's showing me like jumping rope and then squatting down and jumping rope and stand. I don't know what he's doing here with the. I guess you need to exercise as well. I guess is what he's saying.
I've been thinking about it. Is go to the gym. Yeah.
You been thinking about going to the gym? Watch out for them guys that stare at themselves in the mirror. I don't want them. We just want the one doing the cardio, okay? He's all right, but the one's like, we don't want one of them, okay?
Something I keep telling myself I need to do.
They'll be like, let's stay away from those kinds, but the one doing the cardio and stuff, that's the one you want, okay? It's a good place to meet men.
Okay.
Go to the gym. Oh, that's what I need to do. Get a gym membership. Go to the gym. I need to stop. Good Lord. I'm getting heavy and heavy. I'm sitting on TikTok all the time. I'm getting heavier and heavier by the day. What your husband says, you need to go to the doctor, get your heart checked, and then go to the gym. And then that order. We don't want to get on a big, great big. Yes. We get a physical, get a stress test, and then start at the gym in this order, not in the backwards. Understand?
Okay.
That's what he said. First his doctor, blood work. We're going to do the blood work. We're going to get the heart checked. And then you can go to the gym. Okay. And stay away from the guy that stares at themselves in the mirror.
It's the guy that stares at me.
That's a personal thing. That one came from me. Sorry about that if you guys do that. Sorry, nothing personal. I don't know, because I don't know, they get too in love with themselves to be in love with me. Besides, I can't compete with that shit. I mean, like all floppy over here. I'm flopping, baby, I'm flopping. I'm saying, I can't compete with that shit. Huh? You're like scrutinizing it or something. Like, well, you could really work on the. No. Nope. What else we got? We got some more questions. That's true. I ain't lying.
Can I ask, do you know, can you ask him? I don't know. So we have 2 grandkids now that
Are about the same age? Are they about the same age?
they're 1.5 and 3, yeah. I mean, 1.5 years.
So let me explain this so that you understand how this works. There's unity consciousness, right? Up here, unity consciousness, one soul. This is where we all come from. We have this layer in here like a blockage, like where we don't remember shit. And then our physical body. Now you and your husband, they come from, like, imagine pinching off a piece like this and coming down here and it hits the earth and up grows a body. And then the body's gone, you go back up, right? Well, but like, so you and your mother come from the same little area, like right here. So if you're asking if part of your children are in your grandchildren, that's a big yes, because you come from the same cloth. Like, say, we've never met, but we're meeting, we're talking now. So I come from over here. I'm part of the unity consciousness. You're over here, but this unity consciousness is everywhere. It's the air. So part of them is always in another soul. But where you're at in this dimension, where you're at right now, they're all 3 like standing there saluting you, like you got it going on. You know what I mean? There's like saluting. It's just doing it's like a respect thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
That's what they're doing. I don't know. That's a first for me. I've never told anybody that before. But they're like saluting. So they're right here where you're at. They're of course we're all one soul, divided. Now, sometimes I see it really close where like most of them went into the person, but most of them seem to be standing there by you right now. I mean, like, they're standing in line. It's a pecking order. When they started, it was baby first and backwards, but now they're dad, 2 children standing in line. Like, they're standing in line, like a pecking order, like, lining up. So right now they're there with you. But if you ask, like, did they just totally reincarnate into the grandchildren? That's a no. But part of them's there because we come from the same place.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell part of them's there.
Yeah, part of them is there. Yes, we come from the same place.